Every day is basically super awesome right now. These days especially, like there's so many shit going on. Oh wait, I can put off the retarded blue light blockers because I'm gonna be outside for a little bit. So I'm working for a future billionaire, and why do I say that? And it kind of sounds cocky a little bit, but it's inevitable that he's gonna reach that, and we are working towards that, and we're aiming for that. So even if we don't succeed, then it's better to shoot for it and reach like 750 million or whatever. But what is it like to work for someone like this, and what do I do in a day, and how do you prioritize your work if someone is that busy? Because he is going to fly out to a millionaire conference for me today, but he is in a different time zone, so for him it will be in 12 hours. And he will be flying out there on a private jet with one of his billionaire buddies that we also work with as the team. And he's going to be extremely busy, like crazy busy, with connecting, networking, with presenting. He probably has to say something about his YouTube business on the stage, like where all the 200 business owners are. Every business owner is making over 40 million per year on that conference. And his billionaire buddy, Ken McElroy, is going to speak on stage. And he's going to give Josh a shout out for his YouTube work. So all the other guys will want to work with Josh as well. And we have to service those guys because I'm working in that team. So it's super, super busy right now. I'm also posting like 14 shorts per day for him on multiple platforms. And I'm editing all his videos. He's uploading 2 times long form per day on his raw channels. And then he also has the other channels that I'm also managing, and I'm in charge of the edit team and on the thumbnail creation and everything. That's kind of what I do, and every day goes by like in seconds. Every time that I'm going to bed, I'm like, whoa, I just woke up. Like it's going so fast. But you have to learn how to work with those people, because first I felt kind of hurt when he didn't reply or when he was too busy, and he kind of delegates me to his best friend, who is his assistant, basically his person, like his a co-owner of the business, I guess you can say it like that. He's in charge of the systems and everything. So now Josh, the guy that I work with, he's gonna fly out to, where is it? I think Miami. That YPO Global is the event. And he just told me like, okay, my friend PJ, the guy that he lives with, he's gonna stay behind. He's gonna stay in Arizona where they live, and I have to work with him because Josh is just too busy. But all of this is not personal, you know. I thought this in the beginning when I started working for Josh, that everything was personal, because you just have a big ego when you start and you think, oh, everyone should reply to my messages, etc. But if you want to work with busy, successful people, they have busy lives, because otherwise they wouldn't be successful, you know, if they didn't have any responsibilities. So that's something that you have to get used to, and that's also why it's so difficult to reach out to people like that to work for them. You have to become incredibly good at your skill, otherwise they will never hire you, because it's just a massive burden for them to hire you, because it's going to cost time, they have to train you. That's the only reason why Josh hired me in the first place, because I was already quite capable of the skill and I was willing to put in the work. He saw that I was failing every day, which basically just means that I'm willing to make mistakes every single day. And as much as possible, I just want to fail quicker so I am more capable sooner, you know? That's how you learn. You just focus on making mistakes, and every time you make a mistake, you become better. He saw that in me, and that's why he took the time to train me, and now I'm capable enough to run his channels and to be in charge of some systems that he has. That's kind of what it's like, but it's kind of like Iman Gadzhi. I can imagine how it is to work for Iman Gadzhi, for example, guys like that. This is a bit the same. Even Josh is way younger. Like, I think Iman Gadzhi is 26 years old and Josh is 22. And Josh is definitely not making like 8 figures per year yet. And Iman Gadzhi is obviously doing 8 at least. And I guess this is what I wanted to say about what I do in a day. This is what you need to be capable of to work for someone like this. Because this is what every ambitious young entrepreneur, his dream is. Like, I'm not really in a very, I'm not financially free or whatever. I'm living in Bali because it's cheap and because I can live like a king here, and all the girls look at me like I'm some kind of celebrity because I'm 2 meters tall and I have some muscles. So then and you're white, so then you just stand out. So it's life on easy mode. I eat the highest quality food for a very low price. I'm in the sun literally here all the day, all the time. Not like all the time because I have to work inside, but I can be in the sun whenever I want. In the Netherlands that wasn't the case, but that's just a byproduct. That's what you get, and that's the dream life that you want. But 90% of the day you will be working, and that's not the shiny part that you will see people talk about. Like, they all make it seem effortless, and for your stories and for some of your socials you want to keep it effortless, like make it seem effortless. But for channels like this, my raw channel where I'm just sharing what it's really like. I don't want to make it seem effortless because it's not realistic, it's not authentic. And the only reason why I have this channel is to acquire talent and to connect with cool people that respect the way that we work as a team, but also, of course, I make the videos, so how I make the videos. So that's basically the only reason. What I focus on mostly in the day is to just take work off Josh's plate. So Josh currently makes 2 raw videos per day. I edit them up with an AI editor, so just the gaps and the like mistakes that he makes while speaking, but not any animations. Then I repurpose them on shorts, 14 shorts. Right, we're doing right now 14 shorts per platform per day: Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and we're now closing in on 20k views per 48 hours on those shorts. And his long form views are also sometimes getting 1k views. Just more brand exposure, more, getting his face shown to people. But this is behind the scenes. Like, you will never see someone talking about this shit on YouTube because most people are not in this position. That's why I want to share it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm not gonna say like, hey, I'm partying all day, because I'm not. I'm literally there. I can show you. I'm there in that room with my laptop. You see my laptop there? And the water there. That's the only thing that I do. I drink water, I eat meat, and I work. I just eat food for fuel, and then I continue working. I go to the gym with a scooter here, and then I do a cold plunge, sauna, whatever, for the mental well-being and to still challenge your body a little bit. And yeah, and I do a workout, of course. And then I go back home to work again. And then I fall asleep at 1 a.m. and then I wake up at 8 or 9 a.m. again to work again. And it's amazing and I love it. But this is what most people will never show you, and they also are probably not in that position to show you, because it's just a unique position that I'm in, and it's super exciting. But you have to understand how it works, and you can't expect them to be on calls with you all day and to just goof around, because if you want rich and successful friends and you want to work with people like that, they're going to be busy with work, and you're going to need to take on responsibilities and take work off their plates and not make their life more difficult. Like Josh, for example, now he texted me, like I said, just text PJ, his friend and personal assistant-ish. He's just in charge of the systems. Personal assistant sounds so bad. It sounds like he's some kind of like beginner or something, but he's actually a cool guy as well. But he told me to work with PJ these days, and most people with these ambitious entrepreneurs, they have this big ego, like, oh yeah, but I need to speak to the guy in charge, and he's delegating my work to someone else or whatever, or delegating my communication to someone else. You need to remove your ego. You're not that guy. You're working for someone, and you're going to be part of a super cool team. Like now, I'm part of this team. Of course, we're scaling this business hopefully to $1 billion within 5 or 10 years. That is genuinely possible because of the network that Josh has, the people that we work with already, and also in the team for YouTube, and just the way that we see, like, we're the best team in the world right now based on organic YouTube. I'm 100% sure of that, and we have the results to back that up with. But yeah, with AI and everything, it has never been easier to scale something like this with a small team. But you're going to be working every day, and that's why I want to do these videos, like daily updates now, because I don't want to sit down for 2 hours and record all videos at once. It's just too much. I need to think about it too much. I want to work, I want to share my lessons, I want to inspire the younger me that's watching this, that might be on the same trajectory, that respects this, that sees this as like an opportunity and that it's cool, and yeah, that like feels relatable. And I'm never gonna lie on this channel. It's real. This is what it's like. You work 15 hours per day and you text and communicate for information and to get shit done, but I'm not like on calls every day, maybe like 2 or 3 calls per week to just discuss some strategies and to discuss the week. But then the rest of the time you're just working on your own responsibilities, and Josh would never work with me if I wasn't capable of having those responsibilities on my own and doing the work on my own. If I would wake up at 12 p.m. and I would like eat pizza and not go to the gym and be like offline all the time and fucking girls every day, that might still happen, but that's a degenerate in me that is allowing this to happen. But for the rest, if I'm going to be a super big degenerate, George is going to drop me as well, and I'm going to be replaced. That's business for you. And I don't advise to sleep with a girl every single day. That is degenerate, unless it's your girlfriend. But if life is on easy mode and you're that busy, sometimes it's nice to have some company at night, but I won't go into much detail on that. But yeah, that's also authentic, that's just what's happening. And I kind of feel like Tristan Tate, you know, I can imagine how Tristan Tate feels like if he's walking through like London or Dubai or whatever. That's kind of how I feel in Bali. You stand out so much, you show wealth, even though I'm not super wealthy at all, not yet at least. And I don't pretend to be, but you just look like that because you're white, because you have like an iPhone and an Apple Watch, and that's just what you look like. So it's fun. I can recommend Bali for sure, or Thailand for example, but don't go up into it and don't feel like you're the man, because you're not. You need to put in the effort, you need to be humble, and then you can enjoy your life sometimes as well. I'm gonna end this video because I'm yapping too much and I need to go back to work, but just want to share this quick insight on what it's really like to work for a future billionaire, because he's definitely gonna become a billionaire unless he gets in a car accident, which, touch wood, won't happen, but yeah, that's out of your control. So that's what it's like going back to work. See you in the next video.